Today we're going to be looking at the Benelli Imperiale 400cc. This is a modern take on a retro design. Hello my fellow riders and welcome back to Riding Reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Benelli Imperiale 400cc. The Benelli Imperiale 400cc actually comes in at 373cc at 15 kilowatts. Now I found when riding in traffic you had to really use your clutch control and slip that clutch, because if you didn't and you were just using the power to move forward, it's very juddery and it instantly wanted to just rev up and go, because even if you were just rev it a little bit, it wanted to take off. But that is what you're going to get with a single cylinder. The seat is really comfortable, and this is a bike that you're not going to have an issue riding for a long period of time. I rode this bike for about half an hour, which is longer than I would normally ride a bike doing a test ride, but I liked it. I wanted to go a little bit further, go up and down some hills, take it to the 70 miles an hour that I'm legally allowed to do. This felt like it had a little bit more after 70 miles an hour, but I don't think it would be. You might get it to 80, 90 miles an hour. It may do a ton, but on this type of bike you're not going to really want to do that. That being said, this is a fairly heavy motorcycle. I did a video the other day putting it on the centre stand just to try and help other people who are having issues with that, and physically trying to lift it without using the centre stand properly, I couldn't do it. And I'm fairly strong. I used to compete in East Midlands Strongest Man, so my best lift was about 220 kilos on a deadlift. Couldn't do it now, but there you go. This is a retro designed bike. It's based off of a bike in the 1950s with the modern reliability. So it has the Delphi fuel injection system. The Delphi is a Chinese fuel injection system. When Chinese motorcycles first started using the fuel injection system to get in with the Euro 3 and Euro 4 specifications, they had loads of issue with the Japanese version. They couldn't get it to work right on their bikes, and they had some bikes that were a little bit iffy. They got the chap from Japan to come over to England and remap them on the fly within English weather, and managed to get them to work, but all the shipments after that have all been Chinese, which don't seem to have a problem. This one actually has the same ECU as the Yamazaki's, the LXR, so it's a Delphi MT-05, which I believe is the one with the black and grey plug. So yeah, I am 5'9". I can't quite flat foot it, but whenever I'm riding I'm always hovering over that back brake anyway, so for me it's not an issue. For somebody who's a little bit less experienced, you may find that you're wobbling from side to side for a little bit until you get your confidence on a motorcycle. But as I say, I'm 5'9" and I can't quite flat foot it. That being said, this is going to be a really good bike for two people to ride on. It's going to be really comfortable for the pillion. The seat is fairly large for a pillion motorcycle, and it is fairly long as well, and you have the nice grab handle on the back for them to be able to hold on to if they deem it necessarily. Most of the time they give whoever's on the front a nice big hug whilst riding. Especially with the singles, this is probably going to be quite good, because in theory you can floor it and that low end torque if it didn't have the little handle here. There is a small chance that somebody could go flying off the back. If by any chance you do that and somebody flies off the bike, please send me the video so I can post it on my YouTube. Now, riding position, your arms are straight, but your arms are not up here, so you're not going to have issues with your shoulder. Your back, you are upright, so again you're not going to have issues with your back. This is going to be a good bike to ride for quite a long time. One thing I did notice is that the suspension is rather hard. Now this is a Euro 5 spec bike, so it does have ABS on it. Legally, every bike that comes into the country over 125cc has to now have ABS. Anything under that, 125s, have to have combined braking. 50cc's have to legally have brakes. So the mirrors are coming out quite wide. This handlebars are really wide as well, so you can see past your shoulder and you can use 90% of the mirrors. It does come with a analog speedo, digital gear selector, a digital gear indicator and a trip meter on there as well. H434 front light, so it does come with bulb indicators and a bulb rear light. Stainless steel exhaust system. So what are you going to use this bike for? This bike is designed to be a fun bike, I would say, something to use on the weekends, a plodder. So it's designed to do 70 miles an hour comfortably with not too much vibration. Anything over that, you're going to start getting the vibration from the engine because it is a single cylinder and they are designed and weighted to do a certain speed, and they will do more than that, but if you start going over that, they will vibrate a little bit. For somebody who is using this on an A2 license, you should be looking for insurance around £400 to £700 depending on circumstances and depending on location. Also in London, because this is a Euro 5 bike, you will not have to pay the new ULEV charge, but you will have to pay congestion charge if you do want to go into London. Me personally, I don't like going into London in a car, on a bike, on the train. So it comes with a standard forks on the front and the upside down piggyback shocks on the rear. So my colleague bought this bike for himself, and he was saying to make it more in keeping with the older style bikes, you would have to modify the back a little bit, make it a little bit smaller. At the minute it's a huge chunk, and that would reduce the weight by a lot, but that was what he wanted to do. What you want to do is up to you. That being said, he bought this bike for himself. He decided that he was going a different direction and wanted to get something a little bit more vintage, So he actually wants to sell this one. This one has 486 miles on the clock. It does have a couple of scuffs on the top of the tank, and it is second hand. So if you want to buy this bike in particular, it will be £2,200. There'll be a link in the description if you want to give them a ring and buy this bike. It is available. If you do want to buy the brand new version of this bike at the minute, Benelli have a discount of £300. Benelli, i.e. MotoGP, have a discount on this one of £300. So you will be paying £3,690 plus OTR. OTR on this is going to be somewhere in the region of £200. I have now started my riding reviews shop properly. All proceeds from my shop go directly into supporting the channel. At the bottom of this video you should see a link of some of my products, so please go and potentially have a look and purchase some of those to help support the channel in the future so that I can make more videos. I am going to be looking shortly on going to the Bike Sanctuary in Salisbury Forest again to do a proper walk around video of their premises next Wednesday. Also, I will be going to Herald hopefully the weekend after that to do a review on some of their bikes and go and check out their premises. So if you like either one of those two companies, please stay tuned. Also, if you own a motorcycle shop and you would like me to come and do a video of your shop, please send me a message and I will try my hardest to do so. What my goal is to try and go out and take as many videos of loads of different motorbike shops so people can actually see what, who and how you work before they come and buy. If you've liked the video, please comment below and say hello. If you didn't, comment below and tell me how I can make them better in the future. Subscribe to my channel to stay updated to all of my latest content, but as always, ride safe.